Hey everyone, it is Anna Runyon here. I am excited. We're doing another live cast featuring women who are launching their dream careers and businesses. I'm going live. We're live right now, so let us know if you are watching us going live with some incredible women who've launched their dream careers. So we have our class members, and we also have someone who is in our Classy Career Girl certified career coaching program that I will be interviewing today. But right now, I'm going to introduce you to one of our class members, Yulia. Welcome, Yulia.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So tell everyone first where you're from, because we're all like super excited about where you're from. And then also just a little bit about where you're at in your career and life right now.
Um, well, originally I'm from Russia. I was living in Turkey for 8 years, and then finally I moved to New Zealand. So that was hopefully this is our last destination. We'll see how life goes. So yeah, at the moment, just having broadcast from New Zealand, Wellington.
I love it. Where in New Zealand did you say? Wellington?
Wellington, yeah.
Oh, awesome. I love that. So tell me where you're at with your career now because you have a business. You started a business, right?
Well, yeah, currently I work full time as an IT professional, but yeah, I've got a vision, um, and this my day job doesn't help me to achieve that. The vision to have more time with my family and travel, and so these fun things. But yeah, so like a couple of months ago, not a couple of months, maybe 6 months ago, I started building my online business and joined the Classic Career Girl community. Yeah, so at the moment, I'm in the process. I've got some progress and thinking hopefully that it will give some results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like the start of your journey, start of starting this online business? Like what did it feel like to try and do this on top of your day job too?
Oh, I can't say it was easy, and it was a little bit overwhelming also because it's just too much information all around, like so many ideas, and that's why your um, resources were really helpful because it's like a blueprint, a map that I can follow step by step. Because otherwise, I was just jumping from one point to another point, which were not related, and it was not bringing me anywhere else. Um, yeah, and I guess it's just all about prioritizing, organizing your time, and lower your expectations in other areas of your life. I
Yeah,
guess this was my biggest lesson during the last month, is just to not wait from myself to be perfect. Um, Housewife and a mother while you're trying to juggle the full-time job and starting a business as well.
I'm so glad you said that. I so agree. You can't do it all. I know I
Yeah,
tried to be superwoman and super mom and super wife and like all the
yeah,
super businesswoman. And it's like you can't do it all. So I'm so glad you said that too. Hopefully that's encouraging to someone. Like you can't be perfect. It's what Yulia said too.
yeah. But you can be good enough. So good enough is also
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So your mom, tell us about your family.
So yeah, I've got 3 kids. I've got twins, 12-year-old and one more boy. He's 8. Um, so it's also great to share this journey with them because they see that mom is working on something, and I hope that I will make it work, and then they will understand why I was working extra time instead of probably spending more time with them.
Yeah, you're inspiring them for sure. I love that too, because that's one of our values here too, is like inspiring our kids to like see that work can be fun, and you're having fun too, for sure. I can tell by all your photos you've been sharing.
I started to have fun. Yes.
And wouldn't you say that you have more success like the more fun you have?
Sorry, what did you say?
Did you start to feel like you were having more success in your business when you started to have more fun?
Oh, yes, yes, totally. Like, yeah, it's interesting. Like when you shift the focus from working hard and achieving the goals to just having fun and helping people, then it's just kind of happening magically
Yeah.
by itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the right mindset. I love that. I can't wait to see all the more success you have as you continue to have more fun too. So, in the beginning, what were some of the problems that you were looking to solve? You mentioned you were overwhelmed. Were you having what was overwhelming you?
Um, I guess, as I said, that whole bunch of information about how should you build your business, what you should do, and this whole big number of possible ways where you could go, what you could do. It was just too overwhelming, and it was really hard to pick just one thing to focus because I wanted everything now, like yesterday. So this was hard, and probably fears and insecurities. This was really blocking me from progress, and I'm still working on it a lot. Um, and time. I guess this was just, if I had this whole week to focus on my business, I would be definitely in a different place right now.
Yes, you have the juggle for sure. So, when are you finding the time to fit in your classwork? Because you're making a lot of progress and you're fitting it in. When are you doing it? Are you doing mornings or evenings?
Yeah, I found that I'm totally not productive after my day job, so I had to wake up earlier, and like I work from 6 till 7. It's my holy hour when I
Yay.
just focus on my business. Um, yeah, and then I have Saturday, so I spent like 4 or 5 hours on Saturday.
I always recommend that, like working on your own goals before you go to your day job and work on your boss's goals. So I'm glad to
Oh yeah,
see.
also I forgot to mention there is also like sick leaves and that kind of extra days. So I'm getting them sometimes when I feel like I just have to prepare for the workshop, for example, or something like that.
Yeah, you've been busy. So how did you come into contact with Classy Career Girl?
Oh, I was in your list for a while, and I don't remember how. I think I downloaded your free planner at some point, and I was just reading your newsletters, and I went to the webinar. It sounded great, but I couldn't afford it, so I kind of thought, okay, I will forget about it. And then the next year, I joined because I realized that I just decided to consider it as an investment. And it was an investment, really great investment.
Yeah. And when you do invest, it's almost like you put more action and implementation into it as well too. Like and I love seeing that and hearing your story because I didn't know that you waited a year either. But now you can tell. So for those that don't know Yulia, she's one of the most active members. I think you're close to the top of the leaderboard. You must be in our leaderboard that Beverly does because you can tell that you're constantly taking action and making progress. So you invested in yourself, but you're getting the payoff by taking action as well too. So I love seeing that worked out for you.
Yeah, definitely. When I joined the class, I just committed that I will go through whole materials and I will be really active. I will gonna ask questions and yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. Because what have you got to lose? Nothing, right? Like put everything into it, take all the action, make the commitment. I love that story. Thank you for sharing that. So what did you
Thank you.
think of the success path? Like when you found out about the success path, what did you think?
Um, I loved the business foundations part. This is what because I'm not a business person. I don't know. I had no idea where to start, and that business foundation really helped me. And now I will have to revisit it again because I'm changing my direction a little bit from home organizing to digital organizing, which is a little bit different. So, but yeah, I love the vision part, the mission, and the marketing research. This was just a really big discovery for me, how it helps to clarify what you are going to do and how it's better to help people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I love it.
I got to
And
give
I'm looking forward to continue it because I'm just on phase 2, so there might be a lot of more of helpful information there.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point that so many of our members they go through it again and again. They have changes just like you're changing your market, you're changing kind of how your offer, your service cuz after you've been through it for 6 months, you kind of have more ideas, you learn from taking action and implementing. So I always say there's like nothing wrong with going back to the beginning, redoing it another time. You learn so much more when you go through back to phase 0 again as you go through the success path again.
Yeah, yeah. And then it was funny, like when I said to my husband that I've changed the idea, now I'm going to do digital decluttering. He said, well, okay, well, at least our house is organized now.
Take
So
pictures while it's organized, right?
yes.
And now you'll be digitally uncluttered, which I love. So yeah, I want to hear all about this, but tell me tell me some of the wins that you've had. Tell me some of like the progress that you've made by making this commitment and following the plan.
Well, most of my wins were related to my previous business idea. So I ran the free 5-day challenge. It was a home office makeover challenge, and it was really great experience for me. I've got some people really active participating, and I've got feedback, and I learned that I probably don't want to run challenges anymore because it's too hard. But yeah,
You learn by
then
doing.
yes. I also got had 2 free clients and 2 paid clients, which was
Yay.
exciting, and I've got testimonials. So I was just following your advice. I was going asking for if I can do it for free, if I can get a testimonial, and it was all kind of getting into together as a puzzle. And then now I switched to digital decluttering and organizing, and I was lucky to find a really great community, a great local community in New Zealand. So I organized a live workshop for email organizing, so it was exciting experience for me as well. Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know if many people can say email is exciting. So I'm glad that you know the secrets to making email exciting.
Yeah. It's surprising how many people are overwhelmed by technology.
Yes.
So I guess I'm looking forward to create more information around it and share it.
And I love that idea because I mean, you're in New Zealand, but you can help anyone around the world through the internet, to help them declutter digitally too.
Yeah, definitely. No limits.
Yeah. And you can see the excitement in you too. I love that too. So, and I have to give you a shout out too, because when you did that challenge, you faced some I remember there was some hard moments, some tough times. Tell us about that. Like, how did you get over? I know there was like some fear. I know there were other class members like supporting you as well too. Like, tell me about how you kind of got through that when you were having that kind of challenging time.
Oh yeah, I just also wanted to shout out to all active class members who are supporting, who were supporting and are supporting. So it's really great, small community, and I feel like I always can ask a question and somebody will gonna answer, or just complain that you are so tired and you can't do it anymore, and then someone definitely will gonna comment, no, you can, just keep going. And it really helped me. I mean, working on the challenge was really hard because I um overestimated my abilities. So it was just I had to work after my day job, before my day job, and at some point I was just so tired. I forgot why did I start it at the beginning. But I just had to push myself to finish it, because I already had people. I committed to people, so I had to deliver something. Um, yeah, but I did it.
You did it.
Luckily for me.
You did it. I know. And that's, I mean, I think it's important to share. It's not an overnight success. It's not easy, but putting yourself out there, that I could tell that that really built your confidence, and then that led to the clients and then the workshop that you did, and now the clarity that you have now about your market and about this new offer, because you would never have thought of that in the beginning, right? But you had to
No,
learn from
yeah,
taking action.
definitely, yeah. And one more thing I learned is to allow things to happen slow. It's hard for me because, yeah, we all have that, you know, all courses are promising you like be rich in 7 days and lose weight in 3 days and, this kind of stuff, but it just doesn't happen. So like this, having this patience and be calm and allow things to happen when they need to happen, really helps.
Yes, it's the baby steps, it's taking imperfect action too. And you're right, it's not like a 4-week course to blank. The your light bulb moments have come over the 6 months too. And I think that's important for people to know too. They come from taking action and working
Yeah,
like slowly in those little chunks of time, that you get. That's where the clarity comes, and that's where the focus comes. And now you have a solid foundation to now launch this kind of the second business, this new business that you're excited about too.
yeah, yeah.
So what do you think would have happened if you didn't follow the corporate rescue plan inside of class?
Oh, good question. um, I guess I would, yeah, I would be lost somewhere in the middle of courses. I would have like maybe million of courses bought already for different parts of my business, but I wouldn't be able to put it all together. And maybe I finally would end up either giving up or hiring a really expensive coach to just help me put it all together. Yeah, I don't know, but your framework is really great. It's it's like a blueprint. Yeah, it just helps you to go step by step and build that foundation. And the fact that it's always available, I can always go and review it if I forgot something. And all these helpful materials like questions, questionnaires for marketing research, that was super helpful.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that it grows with you too, because what you need on like day 0 is very different than like day 100. You know what I mean? Is like wherever you're at in your journey. So I love that you're continuing, to get the benefit and to go back in there, and it's like something new that's going to help you at that period of time that you're in.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you mentioned that your home is more organized now. Are there any other like benefits in your house. You're inspiring your kids, which I think is amazing. Have you noticed any other benefits, like just in general?
Well, I guess for our family, there was a big shift. I mean, we were already supporting each other, me and my husband, because we immigrated and it was like a tough experience for us. However, now we are even more like a team, working together, supporting together, and having that one big goal and the vision for our family. It helps us a lot to, having when we have these bad days, when we are super tired, can we just remind ourselves about what we wanted to achieve and why we are doing that, and it helps us to move forward despite of tired, like feeling tired, and
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
guess
know your
because
why and you know your vision.
yeah, because we both work hard, and we realize that we probably, like, we see other families who spend more time with their kids. For example, they go for, you know, for some fancy trips, but we are not. But I believe that soon we will be able to get our results and enjoy our time together too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have the vision and you know where you're going. Like we talked, like that was the first thing we always recommend is like figuring out where you want to go in the future. And that now you have those words to communicate with your husband too. And you guys can both get on the same page. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, we have it even on the wall. So yeah,
Ah,
like we'll.
I love that.
Yeah.
I need to do that. I've been meaning, I have like magazines on my desk. I've been meaning to like cut some pictures up and put them on, make a vision board too. So I love that you have that on the wall because then it helps you both kind of come together and know where you're headed to and make decisions too. Like, okay, I'm gonna put the fancy trip aside here. We're gonna hang out at home a little bit more, which by the way, your kids just want to be with you. So they don't they love my daughter just loves hanging out like at my desk too and just kind of seeing what's happening too. So I
Yeah.
love that you're inspiring them and I love that it's given, that vision to you and your husband.
Yeah, and I also noticed that my daughter started to, she's 12, but she started to be interested in um, selling printables, or like
Mm.
started asking me, how can I do that? So please wait, let me figure out my thing first. I'm also learning. But yeah, like she's like she's observing me doing that. She thinks, oh, okay, I have to do that too. So,
I know. We gotta create a kid. Maybe we need to create a kids version because my 8-year-old
yes, yes,
she wants to
yes.
start a podcast, and I'm like, okay. And she wants to do like a kids episode on our podcast. So maybe we'll just have to create, my daughter and yours. We can create our little classic career, little younger version.
Definitely, yeah. It's so
Awesome.
popular.
I love that. So I want to give a couple shout outs. We have some amazing people commenting. We have Sharon with us. Sharon says, I love hearing women pursue their passions. Awesome, Sharon. Thanks for your comment. We love
Thank you.
watching you pursue your passion too, because I know you're working hard inside of class too. We have someone else saying hi. I don't know your name, but let us know who you are. And then shout out to Sherma Lynn. She said, I love this and I am so passionate about this topic. Awesome, Shermalyn. We're excited as well. So I'm glad you're liking this. So, Yulia, let us know, where can people find you online? If they need some email decluttering, where can we find you?
Yeah, like you can find me on Facebook or on Instagram. I recently renamed my accounts. It calls Digital Declutter NZ. Um, so yeah, just don't be surprised because there will be still lots of information about home organizing, but I will be posting more digital focused stuff soon.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I know. I just followed you too, and it looks like you have some great pictures on there. So we'll put that link in the comments If you missed it, it's Digital Declutter NZ. She is in New Zealand. So definitely go give that a follow and check her out. Oh, that was Sarah that said hello. Hi, Sarah. Awesome. I love it. We have all our class members supporting today. So we all show up for each other, which I love. So final words of wisdom, Yulia, do you have any final words of wisdom for someone who is in their day job just like you were, but wants to start that business? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I guess I would tell them to allow things to happen in their own pace and believe in yourself, believe in your vision, and work on your mindset. Work work on your fears, on your insecurities, and move forward.
Yes, that never changes. Like, no matter what stage of your career, if you're going for your dreams, you always have to work on your mindset for sure. So great advice. Thank you so much, Yulia, for joining us and sharing all of your tips and inspiration with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Awesome. Okay, I am going to switch us out and bring on our next guest. Hi, Joan.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
I can. Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound great.
Thank you.
I am excited. So I'm excited we're bringing on another guest today on our live cast to hear how she is launching her dream career, her dream business. This is Joan. She is actually one of in our program, our Classy Career Girls Certified Coaching Program. So I'm excited to talk with you and hear your journey because you've been with us for do we know how long have you been inside
Yes,
of
since
classes?
early August of 2018.
Wow. That is amazing. So we have a lot to talk about today, but tell us a little bit more about, where you're at in your career and business journey right now.
Okay, great. First of all, thanks for having me on. I am still working full time and I'm working as a contractor. So that's the career side. So as you mentioned, I am just about at the end, hoping to finish and graduate from the coaching program. So I'm looking to start the coaching mid-career professional women on the side. So that's where I am now. Like I said, I'm still working. So I'd like to start as a side and gradually build it up. And of course, the coaching program has really accelerated that a lot. So I'm really thankful that I was able to get in that first group and just jumpstart everything. In addition to the class and the CRP and the that I'm also doing as well.
Yeah, you have made so much progress too. And you were working on your own to try and launch your coaching business as well. What are some when you wanted to be a coach, what were some of those things, those challenges that you were facing?
Sure. I think one of the main ones, and by the way, Yulia is a great coach. I've used her myself. She's a great coach. And she mentioned one of them at the end was the mindset, because in my mind, I, not that I had a particular person in mind, but I was comparing myself saying, well, you're not certified. You're not good enough. You really don't know anything. What do you know? And you see all these coaches on LinkedIn and they have all these big groups. And so that was probably a huge one, the mindset. And so I would say about last year, I had just, as a result of just going through the modules in the Corporate Rescue Plan, CRP, just getting over that and starting. I said, well, I'm going to launch my Facebook business page and launch my group anyway, regardless of whether there's one person or however. So I just had to go in and do it,
Yeah. And I always say too, it's like just focus on helping one person. Sometimes we feel like we need these huge audiences, but I love that you just broke it down. You're like, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you were also worried that you weren't going to be able to keep up too, right? I know that
Yes.
that wasn't a worry. So tell me more about that and how you've been able to keep up.
Okay, so I'll start with the CRP. So at first, there were times when I wasn't consistent, but once I started really using my planning in the right way, the more maximizing the planner, I should say, that really helped. And I started putting it, as you recommended, as an alert in my Google Calendar. So I would do 15 minutes, maybe 4 days a week. There was one day that I didn't do, and the reminders would pop up, and that really helped because most of the time I would go over the 15 minutes. And the good thing is each module is very, it's not long, 5 to 7 minutes. You might have one 10 minutes at the most. And then the action steps, behind it are very good. Plus you got the recording, you've got the PDF, you've got all the reinforcers. So if you want to go back and review it, and I save all those. So a lot of times I go back, to look at those. And so that's been really helpful to get me, back into the CRP. And with the coaching, the fact that everything was recorded, and I've gone back, because there was a time when what happened was when the program started, I was in one job, didn't know another one was going to come. So I was able to make the first couple, but there was, when it really got going, I missed that one. And I was really upset. Okay. And I think I did a little rant to you guys. But once I sort of calmed down, I realized, hey, I can go back, and I was able to catch up on my own time with no pressure. And, that kept my confidence up. So everything is doable. It's doable.
Yeah. And I know we've been through such a journey over the last 6 months in the certification program. I know it's like I've watched you guys all like transform, I feel like too. So I know time was an issue for you, worrying about you wouldn't be able to keep up, and then mindset. So I think that's something that all new coaches are definitely, struggling with.
Yeah.
So how did you hear about the certification program?
Okay, through the class group, you had announced it, that you were going to be opening it up, and so when I noticed I was at the tail end, and I said, okay, I gotta message Anna, and so I messaged you, and we got on a call, and I signed up, and then you also had a deal where if we signed up by a certain time, that we could get get an extra individual coaching on launching our digital products. So I did that as well and got that extra training, which was recorded. And I still go back over that recording and still taking my baby steps with that. So
Yeah.
that's how I got in, through the membership.
Yep. And I think that's such an important thing that you said too, is taking the baby steps too. It's just putting one step forward each day. And I love that you're blocking your time out in your calendar. You mentioned as well, just the 15 minutes, because they do add up. I mean, you've been with us now for many years,
Yes.
and now you can see how all those little baby steps do add up.
Yes, they do indeed.
Yeah. So, did you doubt yourself throughout the certification program at all? Because I know we've had to do some like practice coaching. So, tell us how that was. If you had any fears come up or doubts.
I would say the first couple, yeah, because I'm like, okay, I guess because my mind, I'm like a planner, and I'm pretty structured. And even though you had everything for us, you had gone over it several times in the lessons and the replays, and you gave us all the forms and gave us the sequence and order, but I felt like I was always forgetting something. But the group, I have to give a shout out to the other um, coaches in the group that were really helpful and supportive, and helping each other out. And that really helped sort of keep me on track. And it really didn't go bad at all. And so, able to get them the follow-up survey and assure them that it was confidential. And, since then, you, like you said, you can almost do it without a script or anything. I mean, I still look at it, but still I'm more confident. They're confident. I think that, the women that I've coached have gotten some value out of it. So I'm very and that's what counts. Um, you want to listen to them, offer suggestions as they ask for it, and then, adding value to something that they can use to transform their situation. And that's what's important.
Yeah, and I know some of the people you've coached wanted follow-up sessions with you as well too. So, you can tell you're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. So, how are you feeling now compared to like in the beginning of the program when it comes to becoming a coach? You mentioned like you got the fast track. Like, what are some things and tools you have now that you didn't have before?
Okay, I would say a process, a process, how to onboard, how to follow up, like a script, like conversions, like how to do sales calls without being salesy. Because, as an introvert, that's the last thing we want, or I want. I don't want to come off as salesy. You want to come off natural, and you want to care. And just the type of questions that we can ask people, they're not canned questions, to let them know that you're concerned and you really want to know what their challenges are. And a lot of the women have career challenges, a lot of career challenges out there. And so just being able to listen to them and, give them suggestions. And in turn, what I try to do, Anna, is point them back to the program. Well, this is where this is in module, in this phase, in phase one, whatever. And I encourage them the same thing that I do. Take the baby steps, put it in your planner. Start with maybe, if you haven't done it in a while, start with maybe 1 or 2 days a week and see how that goes. And, that's worked out well for the ones that need to get back on track with maybe like the Love Your Career formula.
Yep. And I love, like, one of my goals is to help you guys kind of get booked by the end of the program. And I know I've seen some of your posts where you have a busy week of coaching calls this week. Like,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things you kind of start with, your calendar is kind of open. And then all of a sudden you have all these coaching bookings on your calendar. Like, how does that feel?
It feels good. And I also, yeah, it feels good. And, different ones are coming with different challenges. I know one person is a repeat, but we're going further into what because it takes more than one session for what they're wanting, which is fine. And so I believe they're going to book me again for next week. And so that's really good to be able to see how they're taking the steps that you're giving them or that you're advising, and how that, in the case one of them's LinkedIn, how that's making a difference already in their, the type of, I guess, people that are being drawn in their industry to their platform. It doesn't take a lot, just a few baby steps, even with that. And so it feels good to be able to, show that you that you are an expert and that you do know what you're doing, and that's a result of the training and the support that we get. And, that's not one off, it's all of us together helping each other out and working together.
Yeah. And I know you and one of the members even had, or one of the other coaches had, like, a practice session helping each other out too, which I love.
We did, and that went very, very well.
Yes, I love that. So by the way, if you need LinkedIn help, that's Joan is Joan is who I go to for LinkedIn help too. So LinkedIn is kind of like, that's kind of your niche. Like, that's something people struggle with. Like, how did you kind of narrow down your niche for being a coach?
Well, I think that one, in that case, that one probably, I would say I stumbled upon it because I'm on LinkedIn quite a bit, and I've taken, suggestions about commenting and being genuine on other posts, and just like they say, being your authentic self, posting things that I'm interested in, like coaching, employment engagement, disengagement. I know they talk about the quiet quitting, but that's been around for decades. That's not anything new. They just coined a name for it, but sort of bringing those things and making them relate to where people are. So I did one today on Q3, coming to a close, drop a win, and I've gotten some engagement on that, and also using schedulers to post ahead of time, so that way I'm trying to see where I get the most engagement. Most of the time, for most people, they're on LinkedIn in the morning, so that's when I try to post, early to mid morning. So those things have helped, gain followers and connections. So that's been very helpful. And
Yeah,
I've learned.
I need to book a coaching session with you. I mentioned that. I want you to help me with my LinkedIn too. So
Yours is fine.
yeah, you need to help me be more consistent though, right? So you've got the consistency mastered. That's what I need to glean. And that's what a coach does too, right? Like, holding you accountable. And I think that's what I love about coaching too, is like, you can kind of see the results that people get when they work with you on an ongoing basis too.
Yes, indeed. And you ask them, well, hey, how'd it go with what we talked about the last time? And I could see that the person had done it because I'd gone to their profile before the
Nice.
calls. But you ask them to get, where they want to go, because they may want to change the direction, but from what they said originally. So just asking those questions that you've outlined in the program is so very helpful. Great conversation starters, and seeing where they are and how we can sort of get them to sort of answer their own questions and move them forward.
Yeah. And one of the best things about the program too is I've taken those coaching techniques that she's talking about, the questions that I ask, what I do, and put it into the certification program. So it's no longer just in my head. it's now helping you guys so that you can use them for your sessions too. So I love that that's helping you as a coach too, and you're helping your clients. So it's a win-win all around.
Yes, it is. It really is. It's very helpful and very rewarding.
Yes. So what are you excited about like over the next 6 months? Now your graduation is next month coming up right around the corner. What's next for you?
Okay, I'm excited about helping more women. I'm also, I want to also say that the Corporate Rescue Plan program helped me really, in the lessons, get a cohesive mission, because about this time last year, I did not have a mission. And that's not good,
Mhm.
because, you're sort of walking in the dark if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a mission. And I can see how that can help you, because you'll just be sort of, you know, just pulling strings out of the air without that mission and without that vision. So I have to put that plug in. I got my
Mm.
mission, and you broke it down. You gave an example of a mission by using your own, and how you even said, hey, I wish I would have known this when I first started. So you're letting people know now there's no reason for them to go through the same thing that you went through, that they can do it from the beginning. And the pro it's just so small steps, and it's structured and it's detailed for you to do it. So I would say following my mission statement, and also actually coaching more women. That's what I'm looking forward to in the next 6 months.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you started too in the corporate rescue plan. So and then now you can help so many more people because you have that clarity too. Love
Yeah,
that.
thank you so much.
And then you're one of our big planners. So I just saw you ordered a couple physical planners
I
last
did.
night. So how does this all come together? How do you're using everything, and it's like I love talking with you because you're using everything I've created, and now I can watch you be successful with everything. But how do you use your physical planner? Like how does it help you as a coach?
It does, because what I can do now is, look at the annual goals, and even things that we're talking about now, go back and you can plug those into quarterly goals and break it down to what you need to do, like on a weekly basis and a daily basis, to sort of get to where you're trying to go. And I like the physical planner because it's more detailed, and you can go back. I've actually gone back, like earlier this year, I went back to last year and said, oh yeah, you can see how things have pivoted. And if you don't have these things in writing, like you mentioned earlier, if it's in your head, you're not going to remember. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Or if you remember, you're not going to remember something that could make a huge, could be a game changer. So just looking back and saying, oh yeah, I can see where this is where I changed it. This is where my vision changed. This is where I needed to go, and this is where I don't need to go anymore. And because it's all in the planner. And so
Mhm.
I do look back. I don't look back. I look back on the quarters, and I do evaluate the year, not just once a year, but as you mentioned yesterday, we need to be constantly looking at it. So I try to look at that part at least 1 or 2 times a month, just to make sure that I am on track.
Yes. Yeah, and you're
Or
talking
if I
about
need to change, yeah.
the annual planning workshop that we had yesterday too. So how do you have the reason you have so much clarity because you have your annual plan already done too.
Yeah.
It's September. Look at
Yes.
you go.
Yes, and I can check off the certification, and
Yes.
for the quarterly part, I can check that off real soon.
Real soon, coming up soon. I love that. And what I love too is that you're now when you graduate next month, you're going to be certified to help people with their planners too and with their plans and creating their annual plans and their 90-day plans. So you've really added a lot of different things that you can coach people on now too. You're an expert in a lot of different areas throughout this last 6 months.
You're right, because when we first started, you just made me think about something. When we first started, said, okay, I already had the women coaching mid professional career women, but then I started looking at the productivity and the plan. I'm like, wait a minute, this is something I can do too, because
Yeah.
I'm already a planner by nature, and that's one of my traits, a planner. So why not add that in? Because you're right, it's all related. You know, if they're trying to do a career pivot or trying to get a promotion where they are, they need to have a plan, and that's where the planning and productivity modules and training comes into play. So I'm very grateful that that was included, or is included, in the coaching certification.
Yeah, there's so many ways that you can help and support your clients as well too, and And, as they come to you, they're going to come to you with those different challenges, and you're going to have that confidence and the skill set to be able to support them and help them.
Certainly, yes.
Yay, exciting. So, where do you think you would be at, like, as far as your coaching goes now if you didn't join the certification program?
I would have been procrastinating because I did sign up for like a certification, like a on court, like an online one 2 years ago. And that was through a recommendation from when I was in an accountability group through class. And I did some of, but it was just sitting there. And so I think I would have just been figuring things out myself, and it would not have been, when I say fast track, I don't mean rushed. I would not have been certified. I can honestly say. So that's why I'm glad that this program was at the perfect pace with the perfect support, and it was just awesome. So I'm so glad that I took that leap and just went on and did it while the opportunity afforded itself.
Yeah. So, what other changes have you seen? Have you seen any other changes in your life when it comes to now having this planning system in place and almost certified and graduated? Like, are you noticing any other benefits?
Yeah, I think my mindset is improving. Of course, mindset's a big deal, and things can get thrown off. When you work full time, and or you caregiving, things like that, things going to come up that you can't put in a planner. And so, yeah, the attitude behind it is real key. You can always jump back in, or if it gets late, you can always adjust. And that's the thing about the planner. It allows flexibility. It doesn't have to be. It's not so rigid. Where okay, I'm just going to, have a meltdown because I don't get this one thing done. If I can get 2 out of 3 of my major things done, like when you have the weekly how's the progress going, like you list the 3 on a Monday, then you check back in midweek Wednesday, then Friday you finish it out. Usually if I get 2 out of 3 done, I'm good. I'm not beating myself up. Whereas at first I would be beating myself up. And when you do that, that can just keep you in a negative spiral. And if you don't know how to snap out of it, it's just not a good place to be in. So that's why I'm really excited that the mindset is always improving thanks to,
Definitely.
all the support.
Yeah. I love that. So, what would you say to someone? We have someone. I'm not sure who it is. That They said I'm on the fence of it. Like, what would you say to someone who's on the fence of the certification program?
I would say, you know, you're not going to regret it. I mean, you're going to get support. You're going to get, you're going to get all the training you need. Your questions are answered. You can submit questions ahead of time. They are answered. If you have something personal, like I had a private, a couple of private ones, you can message Anna and she'll give you that specific guidance on that to help you not get bogged down on that. Because I was like, okay, I got this here. I'm never going to, so, she helped me through that. So I was very thankful for that. So I would say, you know, I don't want to sound cliches, but you won't regret it. I have not had any regrets doing this certification. And if you can't make something, again, don't beat yourself up. You've got the recordings there. You've got the resources. There's always links. There's always Q&A. All of that's going to be there. So you will not feel behind. You will not feel behind because you won't be behind.
Definitely. And I know you too, you're focusing on the practice. So tell everyone about the like practice coaching, because I know that's something, before you kind of launch your business, you're starting to get the practice coaching and the hours there. So tell us about that, and then when you'll be right when pretty soon here,
Yeah.
you're gonna pass that hour
Yeah.
mark and start to get those clients.
Yeah. So yes, I'm still practice coaching, and I probably have about maybe 3 more to do. And that's been really good. It's amazing how once you follow the outline and it just gets to be natural, how fast that time goes. I mean,
Yeah.
it goes really fast. And especially you know, when you're listening to someone talk about their challenges or things that they feel like they need to do, and then you ask if you can offer 1 or 2 suggestions. You don't want to overwhelm them, because what I found is that sometimes people, most of them have had really more than one situation. Okay. So they may have about 3 or 4, and you're not going to get through all of
Yeah.
those in 30 minutes. But that's the good thing, is you can take notes, give them a recap, and let them decide what they want to focus on, either if they want to come back for another practice session. So that's been really good. And then plus, we have the market research option, which I love that, because you can always add the market research, because that's something that's like ongoing. Not that you have to do it all the time, but as the business pivots and things change, we have to have that market research to back it up. So I'm really thankful for those real life examples that you provided for us to sort of take advantage of.
Yeah, so you don't have to do all your surveys yourself. You can use all of our market research over the last 10 years too. So I love it. I love that you and someone else, I think this is Sarah too. She says, love it. Thank you. Um, I love that you're utilizing everything that's available for you as well. And you're going to hit your 10 hours very soon.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we're going to have you back and we're going to do a whole podcast interview and after you graduate. So this is just the beginning
Okay.
of John. That's what I've been telling you guys too, because it is such a special group that we've kind of gone through together over the last 6 months. And this is just the beginning. This is not the end. So where can people find out more about you, Joan?
Okay. I would say 2 places. They can find me on LinkedIn, Joan C. Smith, and my picture on my profile will match, not this one, but it's a match from in the group. So Joan C. Smith on LinkedIn, and I will accept connections or follows. And also my Facebook group, if you want to follow, that is Premier Career Coaching on Facebook. So, and I have a private group called Premier Career Collective. So those are the 3 places that you can find me at.
Yes. And what would be your final words of wisdom now that you are such an expert at coaching and through this whole process? Like what are Joan's words of wisdom for someone who wants a career change right now?
Okay, I wrote a couple of things down.
Oh, good.
The baby steps matter. Yes. And I can also say that I use, not only does this work professionally in your career, but this can work personally. I use the vision boards that we talk about and the planning to get through a sewing certification that I went through it twice. And it wasn't until I implemented what I learned in class. And I don't think I ever shared this, that I got that certification in July of 2020. And it was because of the techniques and the things that I learned in class. So these techniques and what you learn can be applied personally, like this was a sewing certification. And so you can apply it to anything, personal, professional, whatever, family, it doesn't matter. So I would say the baby steps matter. I know a lot of times it doesn't seem like. That would be my advice and encouragement. The baby steps do matter. They all add up. The planners have areas where you can document it. I was able to do that document, and I posted my 2021 wins. You know how most people wait to the end of the year? I had all mine in my calendar. I didn't have to go back. It was real easy. It was all in my planner. And I went back and I said, I'm not going to wait to the end of the year. I did mine like first or second week in December, posted it on LinkedIn, also posted it in the group, and it went viral on LinkedIn because I didn't wait. I didn't have to wait and try to go here and go there and go this place and that place to find it. It was all in my planner.
Love it. Awesome. Do you have any other tips? You said you have a lot written down. Anything else you want to share?
That's
Okay.
pretty much it. Yeah,
Okay.
the baby steps matter. Yeah,
Yes.
not beating yourself up. Just jump back up, and if something doesn't go your way, there's another day.
Yeah. And celebrate your wins. I think that's a big
Yes.
one too, especially we're nearing the end of the year too. And so
Yes.
spend some time, write down all your wins, share them. It could go viral. Just like
Yes.
Jones did. Awesome. Well, I think this is Sarah. She says, keep up the good work, Joan.
Thank
So we're
you.
all
Thank you so
cheering
much.
you on and excited for your upcoming graduation in the Career Coach Certification Program. So this is just the beginning. We'll be having Joan back. So thank you so much, Joan, for joining us today. You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yes. Bye, Joan. Awesome. So if that inspired you, our 2 interviews with Yulia and Joan, just wanted to give you additional resources and links that you can check out more information if you are interested in either class or our Career Coach Certification Program. Class is open now. It's actually open through Friday. So you can go to classycareergirl.com/start to check out that and get inside before our annual member price increases forever. So you definitely want to join that. We also have a bonus happening today only. So go check that out. And then if you're interested in the Career Coach Certification Program, we are enrolling right now for our next cohort. So you can go to www.classycareergirl.com /certification to add your name to the wait list, and we'll send you all the information that you need so that you can get an application for that program. So I am super excited. I hope to work with you guys in the future. These interviews are always so much fun to do. So I hope you learned a ton from our guests today, and let us know if you have any questions at all. We are here to support you guys and help you. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.